Hello, happy Saturday. Saturday is horse riding day. That means that I go to the charity shops where my girls are riding. I was in Peebles, and today I want to share with you all the things that I bought and what I paid for them, where I bought them and what my plans for them are. And I had a good wee day. It's been a while since I've been to the shops and bought things from almost every shop. So let's start with Disability Scotland. So I bought a few little things from there. This one, this cross-stitch snowdrops, £1.75. What I tend to do with these is I'll take this out of the frame and I'll stitch it onto a little tote bag, because people don't really hang these things in their houses anymore. But I like, you know, all the work that's gone into that, so pretty. It's a shame for it just to be forgotten. So that'll come out of the frame, it'll be stitched to a little tote bag, and it'll be sold on my site. The frame is also going to be used because my daughter Eden's made a lovely little hammer bead tiger for her friend, and she needs a square frame for it, and this is going to be perfect. So I'll paint that for her, and so both of these pieces will be used, so that's quite exciting. I like when I get my money's worth. So secondly, from the same shop, I got this frame. So I've been looking for a frame this size for a while, and what I'm going to do with this is take out the glass, because I want this to be a kind of 3D piece of art. So I'll probably chalk paint it, in what colour I don't know. And I've got this bottle, so I want this bottle to be here with a little bit of floral, maybe eucalyptus or something, and they'll come together quite nicely. So I'll probably have to use like a strong Gorilla Glue. And when I take the glass out, I'm going to have to paint the back, because if I put paper on it, the weight of it will just pull the paper from the back in. So yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do, is chalk paint it and then glue this on, and we'll see if that works, because the bottle's fairly heavy. So this was £1. Didn't buy this today, I've had it a while. This was £1 also. And moving on to this, we have this, so I think this is a knitting needle gauge, and I'm not really sure what this spinny bit here is for, but I thought it was quite interesting, and knitting paraphernalia does really well for me, so I am going to just list this as is. From the same shop, I bought this. So this is lovely. It's a stoneware, I think, pizza base. I think it's so that you can cook your pizzas like on a stoneware base. It's Pampered Chef. Pampered Chef stuff is really expensive, so that was a good find. It was £1.75 just. It's a fairly decent size, but even I like it. I wouldn't use it as a pizza base. I would use it as a little riser. So on your table, you know, with a little few decorative pieces as a wee centrepiece, I think that's lovely. So I'm not going to do anything to this, I'll list it as is. I will list it as a pizza plate. It's the dog. Pizza plate, and also we'll photograph it with some little items on it, so that people can get an idea of what else they can use it for. And I think that's why I love buying things and finding new ideas for them. Think outside the box a little bit. So that was all I got from that shop. That was Disability Scotland, and good prices. That shop can be a little bit more expensive, but I think I found some nice pieces today that were a little bit cheaper than I would normally pay. Alright, so I was really pleased with all those little buys from that shop. So moving on to the Cancer Research, I bought a little bundle for £4. The bundle consisted of this watering can, which is begging for something to be added there, and I think it would be really cute if we just kind of rusted it up a little bit, made it all vintage. I think that's adorable. So that one I'll do that with, sell it on its own. And then there's this one, also super cute. Oh my word, same thing, maybe a little transfer or a mould, rust it up a little bit around the spout, around the bottom where the water would hit it. That'll probably be sold on its own. And then these two, oh my god, they're so adorable. Look at these. Oh my word, they're adorable. So those two are just tiny, so I'll probably sell them together. It looks like that might have had a lid at some point, but how cute would that be if you planted a little succulent in it? Oh, I just think it's really cute. and it came in this. So that was the cancer research, and it was £4 for the whole set, which I think is really good because when I divvy these all up. So this one, yuck, it's faded, don't like it. Some chalk paint probably all over that. I'm not sure after the chalk paint what we'll do, but you know, like I'm thinking I'll get like £8 to £12 a piece for the bigger ones, and then maybe about 6 to 8 for the 2 smaller ones. So that was a good buy. It's gonna take me some work to get them how I want them, but that's okay. That's why I do it, because I like to make things. This little brass picture frame, it's made in China. It's not particularly expensive, but it's quite heavy. It's cute. It's got little fleur-de-lis on it in the corners. I have a little gallery wall in my hall, and I love little brass frames, so this will probably end up on my wall. I'm going to put some sort of insert in, and probably a botanical fern out of the IOD botanicals maybe. What I tend to do when I like something is I keep it out on display, but I still list it, so I get to enjoy it for a little while before it goes to its new home. That's what's going to happen to that. That was only £1, which I thought was a really good price. And this, so I don't think this is vintage, but it's got a vintage look. Country farmhouse. I adore it. I think it's lovely. It would look really great. It's obviously a fruit bowl. Look great in an old rustic wooden table. I like it. I think it's really nice, and it was only £2, so I feel like, yeah, I'm not going to do anything with it. It'll be sold as is. I'm not going to use it myself. I do not need another fruit bowl, so that's definitely going to be listed. That was everything from the cancer research. And then there's the little shop, Save the Children. That's one of the first shops I go to on the way down. And I bought this, and this, it was so £2, right? Hate the colour, don't like it at all, but I absolutely love the concept. Look, she's holding a little roll of thread, and there's a little hole here, which I originally thought was for pins, but that won't work because, like, it's bottomless. So, I brought some scissors too, to see if that's what it was maybe for. So I brought some scissors through to see how that would work. So this little roll of thread, this obviously needs to be painted all one colour in a kind of creamy off-white. Doesn't have to be chalk paint, but it probably will, because that's kind of what I've got. And then I'm going to get some mud. I might even just proper mud wash this, or just get some dark wax and dab it over to give it a vintage look, because I quite like the form of it, but that paint is not working for me. But look how cute this is. It's obviously like thread and little scissors. And then I think what I would do is I would have a needle just in my thread so it's ready to go. So, oh my word, I thought that was adorable. I thought that was really unique. And sewing things, again, are really, you know, sewing paraphernalia is quite collectible, and I think that that will sell. That would look so cute in somebody's workroom next to their sewing machine. So love that. That's to get painted. That cost me £2. That was Save the Children. Same shop, Save the Children. This is just adorable. I love it. So this is hand carved. It's made in Poland, and it's a little lidded dish. It's actually a little tiered lidded dish, which I think is pretty cool. Get rid of that sellotape. And I suppose it could be for whatever you want, but this person has used it for pins. And it's got 2 tiers. So yeah, you could get like a little spool of thread, a little needle, a needle threader. I'll probably do that, make this into a little actual sewing kit. We tape measure and your pins. I just love this. I love hand turned wood. It's made in Poland. Poland? Yes. And it's vintage, you can tell just by looking at it. And it's really good quality, and it fits really well. The wood isn't split. So I'll pop a wee sewing kit into this, and then I'll list it again, sewing paraphernalia next to your sewing machine, even on a coffee table. I just think that's lovely, and I love the different shades of wood. So that was £2, and I thought that was a really good buy. This coffee canister, I don't know if anybody saw my previous video where I bought two plain white ones of these, and I used air dry clay and I gave it a textured pottery look. I've just actually sold that one that I had and I just love it. So textured pottery, vases, canisters, really on trend just now and really expensive to buy. So that is what's going to happen to this. I'll get some air dry clay, I'll roll it out, I'll super glue it on, and I'll impress some sort of lovely design on that, and I'll probably make a little handle for it. It will only be, the handle will be for display because obviously it won't be strong enough, but I think it would just elevate it a little bit. So I love that. That was 50 pence because originally it was for sale as a set of 3 and somebody had not realised and bought the other 2, so I got it for 50 pence. So that was that. And then there's this. So this little cast iron kettle. I never know if these things are Chinese or Japanese. It has a very kind of crude foo dog on the top, but I just think it's got a really great look. I love it. Definitely just going to sell it as is, don't need to do anything. And I can't remember, I think it was $2.99 I paid for that, but that's really nice, I love it. So that was everything from that shop. And then the Salvation Army, I got these. So these are drawer liners, probably for cutlery, but they're really good quality. They've got a lovely dovetail. They cost me £4 each. Whoever bought them originally paid £11 in the sale for them, and what I'm thinking for is these. For these is we reline them with a nice neutral paper, and I think these would make a really great display shelf if you wall mounted them. My girls have lots of crystals and we're never really sure what to do with them. If you put them all on the level you can't really see them, and there's lots of nice colours and shapes and they're shiny, and so I think that would be really nice. I won't put any mountain material on the back of it because whoever buys them might still just want them to be cutlery boxes, but I paid £4 each for these. I've got to. Love them. It's not going to take me long to recover the insides, and if my girls want them, that's probably where they're going to end up. If not, they'll be listed soon. So I think that is pretty much it. Had a really good day. I hope you enjoyed all my finds. Comment, like, share. Follow me on Facebook, Fragile Vintage, one word, Fragile Vintage. Any of my finds that you want to buy, you'll find me on Vinted under the username Fragile Vintage, and eBay Angelit69, ANGLIT69. So follow, like, share. Love you, bye, have a good Saturday.